It's happening, guys. So, match preview for Tuesday's game, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Now, this is another London derby, right? We all know the rivalry between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's not as big as what Tottenham's and Chelsea's is, but it's still a rivalry. And Chelsea are on a downer at the moment. They've lost the last 5 games or something like that in all competitions. So, looking at it on paper, Chelsea are there for the taking, but it's Arsenal that's playing them. And I said in my previous videos, I'm getting Southampton vibes from Chelsea. So just straight off the bat, I don't even expect us to win this game. I just don't. You know, we're still feeling the effects of what happened overnight, and I think that it's not until we're no longer top of the table and we're and everything like that. That's when the pressure starts coming off. So we'll get prepared to end the season, and then we'll end up resting players because they might want an earlier holiday or something. You know what I mean? So you'll start seeing Reece Nelson, Trossard starting games, and then you'll see us kill it. You'll see us play how we played in the first half of the season. You know what I mean? But by now, you should all know my stance on Arteta.
Get him out! Get him out!
Straight up, as you can see it down there on underneath my name. You know what I mean? So this game, my eyes are a bit watery because I had to put some eye drops in earlier. So this game, I know who I want to see on that pitch on Tuesday, but I'm going to make a separate video of my starting 11 that I want to see. But this is just strictly match preview. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the head-to-head of Arsenal and Chelsea, just so that we know what we're dealing with. So let me show you guys. Oh, well, not show you because I'm using my tablet on this bit. So the last game we played Chelsea, we won at Stamford Bridge 1-0. So far, Arteta actually has a good record at Stamford Bridge. He hasn't lost there yet, but this is Emirates now. I'm not counting friendlies. We won there last season 4-2, but we lost at Emirates last season 2-0. And that was when Lampard was manager, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's Tuchel. Sorry, it was Tuchel. But Lampard has won at Emirates as a manager. They won 2-1 in 2021. That was when, it was when Jorginho should have been sent off in that game. Oh no, it was Tuchel. Yes, what am I on about then? Oh no, sorry. No, it's not that one. That's not the one where Jorginho shouldn't be sent off. It wasn't that one. Chelsea won 2. Yeah, they won 2-0 in 2021. Yeah, that was Tuchel's season. And the 2-1 one. Oh, it was a club friendly. That's why. Yeah, we won there 1-0 in 2021. That was when there was no fans there. Who scored? Smith Rowe scored the only goal in that game. And Tuchel's manager then. Last time we beat Chelsea was 2020, and that was when we beat them 3-1. Last time we beat them at Emirates was 2020. And Jorginho missed a penalty in that game. I can't really remember that game for some reason. Oh, it was the 2019 one. The last game of 2019 for us. That was when we lost 2-1 at Emirates. Yeah, and Jorginho he equalised in the game, but he should have been sent off in that game. Yeah, but our record against Chelsea, it's been okay in recent times. You know what I mean? It's been all right. It's just that it's the home ones that's they've been getting wins. But yeah, I think the last time they did double overs was 2019. Oh no, sorry, that was Europa League final, that one. But when you look at it, our record against Chelsea, it's not horrible anymore. You know what I mean? They don't have Mourinho, they don't have Drogba there. You know what I mean? So the record is starting to sway back to how it was early Wenger days, pre-Mourinho days, where at Stamford Bridge, we always getting wins. You know what I mean? And every time Chelsea score first, you know what I mean, we were coming back from behind and winning the games. You know what I mean? Well, this is a different game now. This is different. You know, because Chelsea is struggling, and we're going into this game off the back of a loss and 3 draws. Chelsea are giving me Southampton vibes. You know what I mean? They're giving me Southampton vibes. I can't win for shit, but when it's Arsenal, I know how to play football. Now it's going to be Arms House again if Arsenal don't win this game. The fans are going to riot pretty much. You know what I mean? The fans. It's not going to be a good look. You know what I mean? So I expect. Well, not I expect. You know what I mean? Because in all fairness, my score prediction is Chelsea win 2-1. But coming off the back of what we've come off, you know what I mean? What I want to see is a response. I want to see a response from this team. Now, I've already said Arteta does not take this seriously. He doesn't, because what he's going to do, he's going to continue to play players that shouldn't start. And players that should start will be on the bench. That's what's going to happen. Again. That's why I predicted that we won't win our next 2 games and we'll win our last 3. There you go. Second place confirmed. You know what I mean? That's truly what I think is going to happen, because he's going to keep rewarding failure within these players. Players that should play will be on the bench. Players that should play will be on the bench, and players that will be on the bench should be playing. So I know what team I want to see put out there, but I know for a fact Arteta's not going to put the team out that I would want to see on that pitch. Hence, this is why I don't believe we'll win this game, because we're going to keep playing out of form players that just aren't up to it. Saka's not up to it right now, so just put him on the bench. I mean, I'd put Jesus on the bench. You know what I mean? He was absolutely terrible in the last game. Absolutely terrible. You know what I mean? No, to be honest, they're all shit. They were all shit. But sorry, there's players that need a rest, or need a game dropping or 2, just to sort of slap them into reality that, look, we're fighting for something here. You know what I mean? So I know Chelsea have a lot of injuries to a lot of players, but they've got some players back from injury, like N'Golo Kante. We're still without Saliba, which, it's the biggest loss for us this season. So players that will not play for Chelsea is Bettinelli. Don't know who that is. English player, but I don't know who that is. Brozier, I think he's a Moroccan player. Cucurella, Reece James, Koulibaly, and Mason Mount. And Havertz is questionable with a knee injury. For us, obviously Tomiyasu and El Nene and William Saliba. So, Chelsea are in a crisis right now. Some are even saying they could get relegated. That's not going to happen. But they lost the last 5 games in all competitions. Lost to Brentford. Lost to Real Madrid. Lost to Brighton. Lost to Real Madrid. Lost to Wolves. Before that, they drew against Liverpool. Before that, they lost against Aston Villa. Before that, they drew against Everton. And before that, they beat Leicester 3-1. So since Lampard's come back, he hasn't won a game yet. Yet. So I'm looking at it now, and the form is terrible. The form is absolutely terrible. Horrendous. For a club like them. Horrendous. And I'm looking at the team, and I'm thinking, I don't think we're going to beat them because out of form players are going to keep playing. Saka will play when he needs to be benched, so he's going to get rewarded for not being good enough in the past few games. I mean, okay, he scored against Southampton, but he didn't follow up from that, did he? Jesus will just be thrown in because he's Jesus. He's just going to be thrown in. No questions asked. You know what I mean? He'll keep playing Zinchenko at left back. You know what I mean? You just throw him. You just keep him in there. Nothing's going to change like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know Rob Holding's going to play, but why did we sign Kiwior then? You know what I mean? Kiwior was no doubt playing regular football at his former club. He's come here. You know what I mean? And as much as it's not just Holding's fault, maybe try starting Kiwior in a game. Maybe try that. You know what I mean? Because we know Rob Holding's is next up. He's like the next of kin if a starting defender is injured. I mean, but again, Kiwior can play as a defensive midfield, so it's the rotation for me. You know what I mean? If you're going to take Partey or Xhaka off, Jorginho and Kiwior is an option to go in there, or move Zinchenko in there, because he's going to start Zinchenko and have Tini at left back. But unfortunately, we know Tini is going to be leaving at the end of the season. So we're going to let a good player like that go. I'm telling you, this is just groundhog season. It's just all over again. We haven't really escaped the Wenger days, really. We haven't. You know what I mean? We haven't escaped it. It's still there. But it is what it's going to be. But unless Arteta sees this game and is like, right, I'm going to make these changes because, I know how much we need to win the game. You know what I mean? Like, fam. That's what he deserves. A slap on the head. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep putting Zinchenko at left back. Can't keep doing that. Sorry, you just can't. You know what I mean? Him at left back, and it's the not changing the formation at all. Like that, it's that as well. You don't want to explore a change in formation because sometimes you just can't play the same formation against every single club in a season. You can't. You know what I mean? Because as we've seen, you will get found out. And if you've kept playing the same formation, the second you try and change it, it won't work out. But you have to have a game where, okay, we're going to change it for this game. You know what I mean? We're going to have to work on something during the week. I know it's a bit contradictory, but you know what I mean? We should have been like this throughout the season. Even when it comes to, you know what, we're 2-3-0 up, 4-0 up, whatever. Let's switch to this formation, put the player here, put the player there, and go with that to close the game out. If we'd have done stuff like that all season, we'd been able to adapt to a different formation starting a game. But I just can't stand this whole a player can play in several different positions, but I'm not gonna take advantage of that as a manager. I can't stand that. I mean, I just don't like that. It's just stupid. But yeah, anyways, Arsenal versus Chelsea, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. I'm going with a 2-1 Chelsea win because I genuinely believe I genuinely believe Arsenal are not going to take advantage of Chelsea's situation, and Chelsea are going to know how to play football, and we're not going to know how to handle it. If Southampton can come Emirates and score 3 goals, I don't see why Chelsea can't. Now, we know Chelsea have been struggling to score goals. Didn't score against Brentford. Didn't score against Real Madrid. Scored 1 goal against Brighton. Didn't score against Real Madrid. Didn't score against Wolves. Didn't score against Liverpool. Didn't score against Villa. Scored 2 goals against Everton. Scored 3 against Leicester when they won that game. Let's go before that. Scored 2 versus Dortmund. Scored 1 versus Leeds. Didn't score versus Tottenham. Didn't score versus Southampton. Didn't score versus Dortmund. Scored 1 against West Ham. Didn't score versus Fulham. Didn't score versus Liverpool. Scored 1 versus Palace when they won. And they won against Leeds as well and scored 1 goal. Scored 1 against Fulham. Didn't score against Man City. Didn't score against Man City. Scored 1 against Forest. Scored 2 against Bournemouth when they won. So as you can see, there's a recurring theme that they're lucky if they score 2 goals. You know what I mean? Like if I go before that, didn't score against Villa, didn't score against Newcastle, didn't score against City, didn't score against Arsenal, scored 2 versus Zagreb when they won, scored 1 against Brighton, scored 2 versus Salzburg when they won. You know what I mean? So all the other games that are listed, they didn't win. Because I'm stating wins when I say scored against so-and-so and won. You know what I mean? These man can't score. They're lucky if they score 2 goals. But I reckon they'll score 2 goals, maybe even 3. You know what I mean? Maybe I should change it to 3-1, my match prediction. 3-1 Chelsea. Because Chelsea have got it in them. Like, people look at Chelsea and be like, oh, no, you definitely beat them. Based on what? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Give these group of players the confidence they had at the start of the season with smoked Chelsea. But they don't have that now. So that's why I'm not confident about this game. But we will see. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow all the socials. I've got my TikTok and my Instagram on my channel page. But I might have to just keep linking them in my description. Just so it's out there. I've also got a Facebook page as well. I've been promoting that. But yeah, I'll catch you man in a bit. Peace.